We will begin with Teleported. So Gabriel from Teleported will now pitch, give us a 5-minute pitch of Teleported.
Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Gabriel. I'm the co-founder of a young startup called Teleported. It's a pleasure to be here this afternoon, and I'd like to talk a little bit about the products that we're working on, which we believe are a very valuable addition to any journalist's toolkit. And the next slide would be... Can I have the next slide? And clicker problem here. So anyway, if somebody in the back is kind enough to turn the slideshow on, or maybe fix the... oh, there we are. Oh, wow, we're going to have a bunch of them now. Right, sorry about that. We are a real-time search engine and delivery platform for public mobile photos. We're leveraging the largest untapped data goldmine out there, mobile photos, by building tools that allow anybody to easily find, select, and use. And by use, we mean both license and easily display public mobile photos in real time. Now, of course, once again, both a technological breakthrough and a great shift in mentalities converge and allow for a pre-existing industry to be fundamentally revitalized. The penetration of smartphones on the one hand and the increasing success of public information networks such as Twitter or even Instagram on the other have allowed to reshape the way we detect and leverage information in real time. And this user-generated revolution is no surprise to you because the media have been acknowledging it for several years now. With the increasing quantity of social data being shared all the time, there's a risk of being overwhelmed and an increasing need to rapidly access, filter, and organize the information that's available. That's why at Teleported, we've decided to focus on public mobile photos for 3 reasons. We believe that they're an extremely natural way to communicate for people. Just about everybody on the planet knows that a smartphone is basically a phone with a camera that are connected to the internet. Secondly, photos coming from mobiles are extremely data-rich. On top of the actual image, they bear information such as GPS coordinates and any metadata like captions, hashtags, and comments coming from the message or the tweet associated to them. Lastly, they're a very efficient piece of information to monitor and curate. It takes 30 seconds to figure out how good or bad a user-generated video is when it's 30 seconds long, but in a split second, I can scan a wall of images and immediately pick out the most powerful ones in an instant. We aggregate more than 6 million new mobile photos every day. That's between 150 and 200 new photos a second. And we are building one of the largest photo indexes in the world, making that content searchable to our users by keywords, of course, but also by location or time period, because not everybody on the ground actually knows what the hashtag for the event is. Our users can then very easily build what we call capsules. They can find the photos through our search engine, select the most meaningful ones, and display them easily to all their web properties in real time. Now, of course, having all that content, we do stumble upon hidden gems now and again. But we believe that the global stream of information is as important, if not more important, than some of the most valuable photos, such as the one of the Hudson River plane landing, for example. We have built an event detector which algorithmically clusters photos together based on location and keywords and picks up about 1,000 new events every day, ranging from ceremonies, concerts, fires, demonstration, and even recently, sadly, earthquakes. We could go on for days about what we detect on Teleported, but some recent examples in France are the change of the guard at the presidential palace this morning, the Paris French Tennis Open, the earthquakes, tragically, in Italy a couple of days ago, and this very conference at the moment, where we're picking up just about every public photo that is shared. Now, having the event detector is great, but you also need to be able to use the content that you stumble upon. That's why we've also built a tool for journalists to reach out to the authors of the most meaningful photos in real time, generate an editorial license when required, and start a conversation to do some fact-checking around the photos themselves. The combustion engine brought us cars, and the digital revolution brought us iPhones and iPods. Now, with this user-generated content revolution, some are saying that Teleported is building a Get Images for the Instagram generation. That's fine, but I think what we're actually building is a fully fledged teleportation device, because you can actually go anywhere right now and see what's going on through the eyes of those who've got smartphone cameras there. I hope that you'll find the tool as powerful and useful as we do, and we look forward to a continued conversation, either by Twitter or on the website or at the Startups for News booth in the back. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Gabriel. We now have another startup which is called Fuzu, and presented by his founder, Benoît Raphael.
So the button is here. Hello. My name is Benoît Raphael. I'm the creator of several social media that made between 1 million and 3 million unique visitors a month. Fuzu is a young startup specializing in creative, innovative tools for curation, and we have already built mini curation platform for medias and brands. And last year, Fuzu developed the concept and the technology of Le Lab, an experimental curation media for the radio station Europe 1. And after 3 months of existence, Le Lab reached 500,000 unique visitors a month without any promotion, and with 15% of its traffic coming from Twitter. And today, we are launching a powerful new tool for newsroom. Well, the problem we are trying to solve is this. How can we, as a media, bring more traffic to our website or mobile sites? How can we bring more engagement? How can we turn our content in highly conversation objects on Google News and social networks? And the answer is by creating great content, of course, but it's not enough. You need to be in the wave of what people are looking for right now. So you need to know what people are talking about on the internet, you need to know what they are sharing on social networks, and you need to know now. Your journalists need to know now to be a step forward and be journalists again into an info overload world. So if you miss this wave, you will have to scramble to beat your competitors. So you don't need mere statistics every day, but real live information on what people are talking about right now on the internet. What are the live trends now on Twitter, Facebook, and Google News? What are the rising topics or keywords? What is the tone of this conversation? What are the specific topics making the buzz on social networks? And who is talking about them? So we usually, as journalists, use our own personal tools to try to feel the trends. We go on Twitter, we consult top news on different media, and we have several sources that we consult regularly. But we have no specific tool to watch the trends live and get real data immediately applicable. So Trends Board has been created especially for that purpose. It has been designed by journalists, for journalists, and developed by one of the best semantic specialists in Europe, Jean Véronis. Transboard analyzes thousands of sources, blogs, media, tweets, and thousands of curators on the web to detect what the trends are in the conversation, what is the actual buzz, and what could be the future buzz by analyzing the weak signals. So it's a dashboard. It's organized like a media where you can watch topics, tweets, articles, and keywords evolving live and fighting for the number one buzz position. And you can watch them growing for the last 24 hours, of course, but that's great, 24 hours, but you can also witness their evolution on the last 6 hours, the last 3 hours, the last hour. That's kind of awesome. It's a powerful window on what people are talking about and what they are sharing most. Your journalists can apply this data immediately to use in the creation of content or the management of the homepage. And you can also watch what the trending topics are on Google News. And you can see which media or blog is the highest ranked around this topic or keywords. So you can watch very precisely the performance of your competitors and why they are excelling. You can watch how they use or abuse of some keywords, how well positioned they are on these ones, and how they shift from one to another. You can watch the top or the live tweets associated with these topics or keywords. You can also subscribe to different keywords and receive an alert when the subject is beginning to go on fire. Transboard is built on a subscription model, and it's starting right now, today. The alpha version is waiting for you to test it. But Transboard is also a technology that you can implement in your own tools for live recommendation, for journalists or for your users. We can also reorganize your content based on what people are looking for and sharing most. And we did this in this year for Radio France and AFP, Agence France Presse, for their iPad and smartphone application named France 2012. And of course, Transboard can work in several languages. We work in French, but we can do that in English, in Spanish, in Italian, and so on. And the immediate result is more traffic, more engagements, and more fun. So thank you. If you need to contact me, you can meet me just after the presentation, or you can join me by email.
Thank you very much, Benoit. Just a little bit of practical information. I just want to remind you that